And you are now listening to and watching Serving Up the D.
Radio guy, formerly known as Play Through the Whistle,
Formerly,
formerly known as Dagger
a
Time.
new format.
It's our third,
We moved.
our third, third iteration of our podcast. We've been away for a bit, working on some rebranding ideas and just generally dealing with the shit shows that are our lives.
You know,
So,
the usual. The usual.
but we're here to focus on State of Michigan podcast, mostly Detroit and college teams. Still going to mix in some national news here and there and anything else we feel like talking about. As always, if you hate it, we don't care. We're doing this for us, so we entertain ourselves. If anybody else likes it, pass it along. But anyways, let's get into the nuts and bolts of what we're here to do.
You know it.
Sweet 16, baby.
Sweet
Michigan State Spartans.
16. I did not expect it.
I know you.
I went in
I did.
thinking, fuck, I wasn't expecting much at all.
I know.
They've been a
You just
frustrating
want to.
team. I'm not going to
I know
back down from it now.
You said on Friday you just wanted to get to Sunday.
Yeah, and they did, and it
And
was amazing.
I said I wanted to win. I said I wanted to win the weekend,
Yeah, well,
and they did.
they did. The performance they put in was outstanding. I can't knock it. And to be honest, it was surprising. I didn't expect it. And I didn't expect them to shoot that poorly and still come out of the weekend. That was the most impressive part, was the fact that they didn't shoot well and they still found a way to win. That was the quintessential Izzo type performance, those games.
Yeah, it really was. It was unlike this team. It was an Izzo like win, but they haven't played like an Izzo team this year. They've been winning, living and dying by the 3-point line. And they shoot 2 of 16 yesterday, 12.5% from three. Only had 8 assists too. That's also a hallmark of an Izzo team. Usually it's high numbers of assists, and to only have 8 assists on however many makes they had, I thought was alarming. But they did take care of the ball. Only 13 turnovers against a team that turns people over regularly. And we forced 16. I mean, the 2 wins over the weekend, Akins locked down Boogie Ellis and Tyler Kolek, the 2 best players on those teams. I mean, can't say enough about the defensive effort over the weekend.
No, and I've been down on Sissoko, but yesterday, the performance he put in doing the rough, the tumble, the hard stuff, it was awesome. It was awesome to watch. It wasn't awesome to watch.
I wish he could
the
grab
missing
the
shots.
ball.
It was the wide open shots that just weren't falling, and I was just like, "Are you fucking kidding me? Am I gonna sit here and just watch them not hit shot after shot, and this is how we're gonna lose?" But no, the grit.
Well,
Walker
Marquette
was
mucked him
awesome.
up, though, man. Marquette was grabbing, holding, bumping, doing everything they could to disrupt, which is what they do.
Got Smart standing on the floor. Dude, sit down.
Yeah.
Take a second and sit down. Breathing exercises. Come on, for real? Whatever. It was awesome.
waste of a timeout.
Watching that game was it was like going back in time a little bit. And everybody's like, well, it's only been this many years or whatever since Izzo's done whatever, going to the Sweet 16 and da-da-da-da-da. I get it, COVID ruined the team that everybody wanted to see play in the tournament, but we all have to move past that. We can't keep falling back on that as an argument.
You still don't know if you get Giddy Potts that year.
No, exactly.
I mean,
We can't just keep falling back on it. It seems like anybody who defends Izzo to the death, which is fine. He deserves a statue. He deserves everything he gets. But we also are allowed to criticize the guy. There's a line here. We can't just be like glory fuckboys and just swallow everything he puts out. Sometimes you have to question what's going on. And this year, I was a big time. I questioned everything. I was frustrated watching the program. The last couple years, it's been frustrating. So you're allowed to do that as well as enjoy what he's done and say, okay, well, you never know what he might do in the future. And I'm not questioning that he should be fired or anything like that. It's the fact that there's a set a Spartan fan base that won't allow you to say anything negative about Tom Izzo. And that shouldn't be the way that we are fans. We shouldn't just swallow everything that's given to us or be completely the opposite side where everything he does, she should be fired. There's a middle ground. You're allowed to question when things aren't looking great, and you're allowed to cheer at the same time. It's like people are get on you. Like I said, this team's been frustrating. I didn't expect them to get out of the weekend, and just getting to Sunday was what I thought would be whatever. If they got to Sunday, I'd be like, okay, yay. So now I'm not allowed to be excited for the fact that they got to the Sweet 16 because I questioned the team and the fact that where they were going to be. No, fuck you. Question my fanhood, people. Fuck you.
I'm at a little different place with it. For me, the Sweet 16's it's nice, it's fun, but for me, where Michigan State basketball is, as I consider them to be a blue blood, this is a minimum expectation. Really, they should get out of the first weekend every tournament. I know it's been a minute. It's been 2 years, but like you said, you can question Tom Izzo. You can question his lack of willing to use the portal. He could have gotten a big somewhere, somebody that could have helped depth wise at least. I mean, Carson Cooper's played very well this tournament. Don't get me wrong, but
he defends.
He's athletic and he defends.
That's why he's
throwing him out there is still throwing him to the wolves against quality bigs. I mean,
we're lucky.
Fortunately, we didn't play anybody that had those.
That's a big thing.
Nobody really has a lot.
They're all gone.
Yeah. So, but say what you want about Izzo. He did set a tournament record with his 16th win as a lower seed yesterday.
You can hear that January, February.
Yeah, it's back. It's back in full force.
And I'm not gonna again. You can question the way the team has been playing.
Oh, you do.
And the way the seasons the last couple of years have ended. And you can still love Tom Izzo. You're allowed to do both. And the fact that some fans just can't get that through their head. You can question what's going on and still love everything about the program. That's what it is. So, I mean, Thursday night.
Going forward, there's a path now.
There is.
There's a very clear path. I mean, who left out there is really scary to you? Bama, Houston.
Bama. I mean, if they were playing Bama,
maybe UConn.
It's probably home time.
Maybe UConn, but they don't have to play any of those teams till they get to the Final Four. I mean,
right now, there's no reason.
It's a 2-game tournament.
Yeah, there's no reason they can't beat Kansas State. There's no reason they can't get to the Final Four.
It's going to be another rock fight. I mean, it's going to be like it was yesterday. Because K-State's got athletes. They got kids that can put the ball on the deck and get to the basket and score off the dribble. So Aiken's going to have to be put in another great defensive effort all around everybody. And let me take a minute here, Joey Hauser.
I was hard on that, man.
I was so hard on that last year.
The only one.
I'm so happy.
I'm so happy. Of Spartan fan base that was hard on Joey.
I'm so happy for him, though. I mean,
yeah, it was awesome. I know, and everybody was chanting his name at the end. That was awesome too. It was good.
The staff kind of figured out what his wheelhouse is and how to use him. He was, like you said yesterday, dribbling it a little too much for my liking. But, as a catch and shoot guy, I mean, Marquette was not giving him any space to catch the ball and shoot. So, but for what he is, I mean, he's been a godsend for this team this year. Without him, we might not make the tournament. So,
all around, it was a fantastic weekend to be a Spartan fan. It was good. It was like going back in time. Like I said, it's going back in time. It was enjoyable. They played tough and hard defense. There was a little bit in the first game, the USC game. They kind of let the second half become weird, and then they just locked it down. It was
mistakes were made.
Late game stuff. I got worried.
I didn't get to see that when mistakes were made.
I got worried late that we could be in for trouble again, but no. But yeah, no, it's Thursday night is going to be fun. It's going to be fun to watch. I'm glad. I guess
It is. I'm glad we play early.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised that was that early, but
some of us have to get up in the morning, kid.
But yeah, it was enjoyable. Thursday's going to be fun, and
it will.
Hopefully it continues, and we can get into the next weekend.
Well, you give Izzo the 3-4 days to prepare. I expect a solid effort, and I expect to move on again. I do. I expect to go to the Elite Eight at this point.
Hopefully. We'll see. All right. I don't know.
And then in the midst of celebrating the Final Four last night, another news nugget broke. CGJ. CJGJ, whatever the fuck you say it.
Awesome. Love it.
With the brand new Lions.
The Lions are...
They are the brand new Lions because there's a whole new secondary coming in.
No, the Lions are... I'm loving everything that they've done.
How can you not?
The linebacker spot, I would have appreciated some kind of upgrade there, but again, the draft still. I'm not going to question anything until after the draft. But as it stands,
I have a feeling
this has been
a
fantastic offseason so far. They've hit every need except linebacker, but they replaced the running back, basically a swap. And
they got younger and more of a burst, I think, with Montgomery, and more versatility.
I'm not gonna
a little bit more versatility too.
I'm not gonna nitpick that. Sutton, awesome signing. Mosley again, injury, I don't know, but still gonna play.
He was a starter for the 49ers before he got it.
So bringing back Anzalone, whatever.
Yeah, but you can't tell me they didn't make the phone calls for Wagner.
Oh, I'm sure they did.
Levante David, and were probably promptly told, yeah, they got no interest in going to Detroit. Thank you for your interest.
We'll see about that down the line. But yeah, no, the offseason so far, awesome. Loving everything about it. Now, what I don't want to see is, I'm going to throw this name out there, is I do not want to see any more Lamar Jackson nonsense. The Lions do not need Lamar Jackson for the cost. I am not giving up first-round picks
I'm mortgaging my future.
Paying that man the amount of money that he wants to get paid. It's just not happening. That would be the quintessential stupid Lions thing to do.
Then you got to redo your entire offense. That's work.
It makes no sense. You've literally they've built this team the way we've been asking Lions to build from the roots. They built it. It's growing, and they want to go and what? Chop off some branches and stick in a branch that doesn't really fit? Like, that's not how it works. And
horticulture references.
In Madden, like, we're
West the horticulturist.
Well, at least I'm not cooking souffles and casseroles. All right. But you can't just take Lamar Jackson and plug him into the Lions offense and say it's going to work. This isn't Madden. That's not how it works. For starters, the Lions use the shotgun the second least amount in the NFL. The Vikings be the team that uses the least. The Ravens use the shotgun 95% of the time. So what we're going to do is completely change the offense. We're going to be shotgun all the time, unless we're expecting Lamar Jackson to be under center all the time and run play action, which is not going to happen. So why are we even talking about this? He doesn't fit. And I see every single day.
Nobody is.
We see that the Lions are linked with Lamar Jackson. People put out these fucking stories. All these stupid writers. Oh, Lions have room, so we're just going to write that Lamar Jackson can go there. No, he can't. The Lions would be really, really stupid to take Lamar Jackson and try and plug him into this offense.
Let's be real.
I would do it if it was free, but I'm not going to do it at the cost.
I would. The most important acquisition they had this offseason was holding on to Ben Johnson, in my opinion. The guy that's built this offense around Jared Goff.
Jared Goff has done
why
for us to have
why
to
in the world Jared Goff has been the best quarterback in the NFC for the last 24 games.
I I don't even want. I got into it with World Twitter on Jared Goff and Kirk Cousins, and it's just Goff has done nothing since being a Lion for us to say, "Oh, we got to replace him."
He's not he's not the glamorous glitzy star. He doesn't get all the attention. He's not the poster boy for the league that for a Monday night game that they'd have Jared Goff up on the graphic.
But what?
He's just not that
I don't
guy.
get that. That's a really stupid, small-minded way of thinking. That Jared Goff can't be a guy. He's like, what, 28 years old? He's not like he's 40 and we're like, oh, we got to move on from him. He's not going to be around. For starters, he's under contract next year. We don't have to worry about doing anything with Jared Goff right now.
No,
he's playing for a contract. That's what you want. So why would we want to try and replace him with a guy give him a bunch of money and say, oh, well, hopefully
he's been, let's call it what it is. He's been a high-level quarterback for the last year and a half going on 2 years.
Super Bowl. Lions fans, and you want to replace him. I know it wasn't with the Lions, but he is a Super Bowl quarterback. Not many of those are coming to play for the Detroit Lions. He's here. You have him now. Why are we trying to replace him? Just stop with the replacing Jared Goff.
Jalen Ramsey didn't want to come here. What makes you think Lamar Jackson or anybody else wants to come here?
I think Lamar Jackson will go wherever he gets the most money. I don't think it's about playing for him. I think it's about money for him.
I'm not giving up I'm not giving up two first round picks for Lamar Jackson. I'm just not doing it.
I'm not paying him the money, and then that's all locked up for
especially for a guy whose best skill set is still running the football for your quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, he's a decent he throws the ball okay. I wouldn't say it's his strong suit though. So I'm not giving up 2 first-round picks and paying him.
And I know
north of 40.
He was an MVP. That crowd's gonna roll on in. I don't care. It doesn't.
Wasn't last year.
He was an MVP on a team that was built for him to run the ball and run that offense. That's not what the Lions do. The Lions don't run that offense. We have a coordinator who stayed here to run his offense with his guys to try and complete something that he thinks they can do, which is with Jared Goff. Now, if Goff falls flat on his face this year and next year we're talking about replacing him, well, then I'm fine with that. But at this moment in time, it's ride or die.
Even sure, okay, you're exhausting me with this whole Lamar thing.
Every time, once a week, you go on Twitter or somewhere and you see these stories by these NFL writers. I can't find it right now. I'm scrolling, and it's like Lamar, the Lions and Lamar, it's the best fit. And I'm like, why? Because they have a bunch of cap space and they got picks. Like, it doesn't.
That's what it is.
So we could just randomly, arbitrarily go, oh, they've got room, so they can take Lamar and put out these stories. It's just stupid. And then Lions fans start creaming their pants because they think they're going to get Lamar, and it's Madden, and they're just going to put him in.
They want the shiny toy.
Start running the triple option. Like, it's not how fucking real football works. You just don't take a guy, put him in your offense, and say, oh, it's going to work. We're going to score 50 points a game, and he's going to run around like a maniac. It's just not how it works. And it's frustrating because you try and talk to Lions fans, and all they want is that fucking guy to put on a pedestal like he's the greatest thing ever.
They want that shiny toy, I'm telling you. Yeah. They don't want old reliable. They want the shiny toy.
Yeah, okay, great. If the shiny toy was Patrick Mahomes, I'd be like, cool, let's do it. But the shiny toy is a guy who runs around and he's not going to be in the league as long. I'm not paying him. It's stupid.
So Brad Holmes, good free agency, Croc.
Yeah, good. As long as he stays away from
good job with the free agency. Brought back Graham Glasgow, another underrated signing.
Again,
a depth guy.
They've been awesome. Everything they've done so far, I love it. I have no complaints with what they've done, other than the linebacker thing, but I'm not complaining yet because the draft hasn't happened.
Yeah,
I will complain about that after the draft if they haven't made something.
Still have four picks in the first 2 rounds, man. 6, 18, 48, and 55.
Yep.
How you feeling about the draft? That's how they feeling about those first 2 picks.
That's where... I mean,
if he falls, or you want to move up?
Moving up is just tough. I don't think Arizona. I think Arizona would want to move out, but I just think what they're going to ask for, we're not. I don't
I
want to give
wouldn't.
up.
I agree. I, I I wait. I sit back and wait at 6 and take either Anderson, Carter,
Well,
or
Anderson.
Tyree
I think
Wilson.
Anderson's going. That's Arizona.
Yeah, I agree, but you never know. A team gets crazy and trades up to get
The quarterback. Yeah.
Richardson, Richardson, Levis, one of those two.
Stroud goes number one, right? I just don't think there's a world where he doesn't go number one.
I'd take him one.
I
I
mean,
mean,
so would I.
I can't. I can't imagine
I think he's the most well-rounded quarterback in the draft.
size. He's got it all. He's got the size. He's got the arm strength. He's got the
I
accuracy.
know everybody's in love with Richardson.
If Bryce Young was, if Bryce Young was
Bigger,
4 inches taller,
even 2 inches taller, he'd probably be the first pick.
probably
Again,
would
yeah,
be.
and I know the height thing. It's like the hand thing, but I just can't. I just think Stroud is a better quarterback.
I'm not gonna lie about the height thing bothers me.
I just think Stroud is a more
And
well-rounded
Stroud's
quarterback. I think he's
and
ready
Stroud's
to play sooner.
he's played in the pro system. He makes the pro throws with regularity. So
It's Richardson that I don't understand. I don't understand the hype behind it. I he can run. Okay, cool. Have you seen him throw a 10-yard out? Like, it's not
they were all
not great.
They were all throwaways, Wes. All his incompletions were throwaways.
Well, I don't get it, and I'm glad that the Lions aren't in the quarterback mix because, oh, God. I could not handle that in the selection.
I'm hoping they're not in the quarterback mix
'cause
anyways.
I'm not Levis, no. Richardson, no. And Young, again, the height thing, no. If Stroud somehow fell, then I would be okay. Maybe we got to do that, but I ain't moving up to take him. If he fell to 6 and he was there, and they were like, "Well, fuck it, we can't pass on this," then I'd be like,
Yeah, if Stroud's there, but
the only way you
I
take
don't
him
think
is if somehow he falls, but that's not going to happen.
I don't think any of them are going to be there. To be honest with you,
You think someone's trading, or you think
Yeah.
Seattle's taking a quarterback?
Seattle can take a quarterback.
Yeah,
Geno's contract they can get out of pretty
we
quick.
need one
So
more. We need somebody to trade out for a quarterback, really, to get Carter. I think.
I'm happy with any of those three. To be completely honest,
Yeah, I just they're gonna obviously it's gonna be someone in the trend. It's gonna be someone along the defensive line. It's that next.
and then at 18, hopefully, I don't know, Nolan Smith, linebacker,
Don't. I'm telling you, I think I
Wide
told you
receiver.
last night. Wide receiver. Don't. If there's a guy there like Jackson Smith and Jigga, somebody there late at that 18th pick. He's
on Amon St. Brown though, just in a Ohio State
the
uniform,
Lions
isn't he?
need more depth at wide receiver. I'm telling you, don't count out wide receiver with that 18th pick.
Yeah, and it's not a deep wide receiver class, so
There's those three guys though, Smith and Jigga, Addison
Addison,
and Johnson. One of those guys falls to 18. I have a feeling that might be the pick at 18. So I think the draft really gets interesting. I think the Lions take, like you said, it's going to be one of those defensive linemen at 6. And then it gets interesting for the Lions at 18. And then at, 30, what was it? No, 40.
48 and
Those are
55.
the interesting picks. Those are guys that they have to hit. They need to get guys that are going to play, especially at those 2 second-round picks. They got to get guys that are going to see the field. So it was always corner, but now they've kind of addressed that in free agency. It's linebacker.
You still can take a corner with one of those second round
for
picks.
Sure. Corner, linebacker, and I would not be against taking more offensive line depth if there's a guy there that they really love.
There should be at that point. I mean, I don't know who, but I think all the top end guys will be gone by 48 and 55. But
They have to address linebacker, and I'm pretty sure they're going to address the wide receiver position at some point, and probably tight end. I don't want a tight end in the first round.
oh fuck no, seen that movie before.
Yeah, I don't want a tight end in the first round, but there's other guys in the draft. Like I said, Kuntz, the big guy. What is he, 6'8"? From Old Dominion. See, I can go with that later on.
Who's the
Plus, I
guy
want to
from
get a
Georgia
jersey
too?
that says Kuntz.
Of course you do. Roy.
Kuntz. But yeah, no, I think that those are the positions they have to address. Linebacker. I'm hoping that
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
hoping I just open Twitter
Drew
and
Sanders,
it's like,
maybe.
ooh, they signed somebody, but
But no, it's been an interesting offseason so far, especially nationally. Some of the big signings, David Carr to New Orleans, or Derek Carr to New Orleans. I always get those two fucking mixed up. And
it's on TV, isn't he, or something?
yeah, he is. And then Danny Dimes
Daniel Jones
getting
the bag.
Giants mortgaging the future
Uh,
for a guy that threw 15 touchdown passes last year.
I think it's great. It's going to be so fun to watch that not work out and just be a massive waste of money. He's Gardner Minshew.
Hey, they got him Darren Waller, man.
Yeah, it got him Darren Waller. And they've got Saquon. And he's going to throw 15 touchdowns.
Again, because
that's the kind of quarterback you pay a guy who throws 15 touchdowns.
He's a Michigan quarterback, man. It's like a Michigan quarterback. He looks great between the 20s. You get him into the red zone, and all of a sudden, you're trotting Graham Gano out there to kick a field goal.
He's awful. I don't understand. I still don't understand why they drafted him, where they drafted him.
Well, they got stuck because they had a week early schedule last year. Got out to a hot start and held on for dear life. Got into a playoff game. And
15
Drew
touchdowns, and they
Drew
this man
Minnesota
like he is a top 10 quarterback. 15 touchdowns. He threw 15 touchdowns. 15 touchdowns. Most people are calling for him to be benched. Honestly, if the Lions quarterback threw 15 touchdowns, we'd all be screaming to move up in the draft to get Stroud or somebody. And the Giants are giving him the bag.
But you're not taking into account all his rushing yards, Wes.
Yeah, okay. He doesn't rush like he's not Lamar Jackson or Jalen Hurts. He trips over his own feet. I can't. Daniel Jones makes no sense. He honestly, he's a thief, is what he is.
Just for context here, I have a good friend that's a big Daniel Jones fan.
Which still makes no sense. But he probably makes
we all get into this debate constantly about Daniel Jones.
That Daniel Jones looks good in gym shorts, and I bet you
this has nothing to do with Wes.
A really good morning casserole.
Oh shoot!
Yeah, but
so other than that,
I don't know. On that note,
free agency. Other than those free agency splashes and NIT, any NIT stuff you think?
50 seconds left. That's always awesome to watch.
Now, Michigan basketball, I'd be pushing the panic button if I was.
No, we can't talk about Michigan basketball like that.
Why can't we?
Talk about Michigan
we
like this. Hey guys,
forgot we had to do the round. Now you got to trash a fan base while you're doing it too. You got the beard. You got to be. And I'll be the other guy.
Talk college basketball, but when I do, I'm high on fentanyl. Go blue. Tom Izzo is something bad, I'm gonna say. And tomorrow
he's a dick.
We're gonna have Big Dick Stain on. All right.
Hunter. Okay. Okay, now let's actually trash him.
Ball one.
Woo!
Okay.
The production quality.
All right.
Chef's kissing that production quality. Now, just rough year to be a Michigan basketball fan. I guess we'll leave it at that. I mean,
You know what sucks? You know
two,
what sucks
two
the most,
NBA
though,
picks,
is that I
first round
apologize to Michigan
picks.
fans for trashing Juwan when he first got hired. I should have stuck with that take.
We
I
both
was
we
like,
both
that
did.
was such a
Uh,
stupid boner Brady Hoke hire. And
and
then he had that
then
flash in the pan season
he
with
lost his
Beeline's
beeline, guys.
guys. And I was like, oh, and then he got that recruiting class. So I was like, oh man, Juwan might actually be good. And I was like, I freaking take back everything I said. And now I'm like, son of a bitch, I was right. It
Now,
just took a little
now
longer to
even
fucking
Phil,
show itself.
even Phil Martelli can't help him now.
No one can. He should leave with his kid. Honestly, he should. To be perfectly honest,
I don't think the
I
kid
don't
can
want him
leave.
to
Man.
leave.
I don't see it. I
No,
don't see it.
Jed, I don't. The two T's, I don't care if he leaves. I don't want Juwan to leave. I hope he stays for the next 10 years.
I don't think two
isn't
T's
ready,
can leave.
but two T's is probably going to go.
Two T's can shoot the ball, but that's it.
No, wait, hold on.
Can't do anything off the dribble.
Juwan should probably leave, and two T's is going to be the first pick.
Hunter's probably gone too. That's the funny part.
Hunter will be in Greece.
I'd be so sure. Hunter might hit the portal.
Right?
Hunter.
Beavis.
No, I've heard rumblings that he could conceivably transfer to another major program that's better with big guys. So, I mean, the kid was misused. I mean, it's typical Michigan. Got a 7'1" mismatch and don't throw it into him down low. But I don't know. Bufkin, good solid player. I think if he's smart, he gets the fuck out of there.
They were better when two T's
When Jet
wasn't playing.
did play, yeah.
Dick Stain, as much as we liked him knock him down, wearing a mask and looking like a dipshit, he's their best. He's their best player. When they run the game through him and they let him eat, they actually do well.
Yeah.
That's their best option. But for some reason, they just go away from it. And that's
He's bigger than anybody.
That's why he's a good. Dickinson is a great is a little
great college player.
Very good college player. And they don't run it through him, which just doesn't make any sense.
It's befuddling. I mean, look what Purdue did with Edey. I mean, there's nobody else. Edey's the only one bigger than Dickinson in the league.
Yeah.
In the conference, I mean.
And Dickinson's got moves down. Like he gets buckets. Like he's good. He should be.
Yeah, he's good around the
should run the offense through him, but they don't. They go away from it. They do it. They do well for a stretch in the game. Then they go away from it. Jet from two.
He's even gotten respectable as a pick. Dickinson's even gotten respectable as a pick and pop guy in college. Anyways, I don't know that he can't defend though. To save his life, he can't defend a pick and roll, and that's why there's no NBA future. Which I argue with DH about that every day too.
Whatever. Of course he likes it. Oh, of course he's a Dick Stain guy. Fucking, on that note, we're done. DH. So long.
Okay. Serving up the D.